It was one of the solar panel farms they're building down by Mount Morris at 370,000 solar panels. Each one is 5 by 8 feet. It's about a mile long, covers 1,000 acres. Solar panel.
Good evening. Welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals. We'll call the meeting to order. Start with the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, justice for all. Okay, a few housekeeping matters. Emergency exits off to the side and in the back, restrooms in the lobby area. If you haven't done so already, please sign the attendance sheet. There are business cards out on the back table with phone numbers and email addresses. Also at the back table is a copy of the proposed resolution. If you haven't done so already, please turn off your cell phones or silence them. Seeing as that our applicant is the only one present, quick drill procedure. If there's exhibits that you're referring to up on the screen, just do your best, use compass directions, set up, you've noticed over here and over there, it makes a bit for the transcript to be difficult to read. If there's new exhibits that you have, we'll certainly take them. Just let us know that they're new, we'll mark them accordingly, and then you can use them as you see fit. All right, with that, need everyone taking a look at the September 18th, 2023 minutes? If so, entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
You, a second?
Second.
Thank you, Fred. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Great, carried. Thanks so much. Mr. Vanderstein, you would like to put up a garage.
I am looking to put up a unattached two-car garage. I reside at 85 Barkendune Rise in Victor. I recently sold a business where I had some commercial real estate or commercial property that I could store. I have a small car collection and do not have that ability to do that anymore. So I'm looking to put the garage on my property for car storage, and I have some pool equipment and other things that I could use the space for.
Size of the garage is 22 by 25?
22 by 26, I believe.
Are we including the overage from the
I mean,
eaves?
The site plan says 24 by 22. Building plans.
22 by 24. I think we have it.
There's a 2-foot overhang.
The footprint is 22 by 24.
Well, Adam is looking for that. Okay, so this is just for car storage, pool equipment, not extra living space,
No extra living space, no.
utilities,
Pardon me?
utility, electric,
Electric, yes.
that's it, no plumbing?
No plumbing.
Okay. Fred, questions?
Well, the excavation work is 22 by 24, but there's a roof overhang
Right.
of 2 feet on one side, 18 inches on the other. So that means the intrusion in the side setback is probably a little more than was figured for.
That's correct. Yep. So
So it's
the
included or it's not included in this?
eaves are not included. The foundation is the 24 by 22. So you have a 2-foot eave, so the variance, the setback reduction would be greater than 9 feet 11, it'd be 7 feet 11 inches.
Okay, that's what we need to know.
So it's a reduction of 7 foot 1 inch.
All right, do you see what's happening there? The way that the Victor Code works is it's not to the foundation, it's the eave.
I was not aware of that, but
So you're going
I'm
to
listening,
need,
yeah, I'm
Most
learning
people
that.
aren't.
Yep, I'm learning for that.
so I know you were requesting 9 feet 11 inches, so you're going to need 7 feet 11.
Okay?
That's what this conversation was about.
Jan, on the house, the existing house, on the end, portion of the end that has the garage, is there a door, a grade door into the house in that area to keep the garage from sliding over further
There's,
towards the house?
yes, and there is a screened-in patio there, underneath there,
Oh, there is?
yes.
Between the house,
Not between the house, trying to think of the side, it would be the west side of the house.
There is a pointer up there too, if that's helpful.
Down here? So,
lost on the,
right there is that screened-in that goes out to the deck.
it's a little hard to see, but I guess I get the idea. Adam, do you think there's been a variance in this area at all? Ever?
I would have to look, but not since I've been
I'd be
here.
kind of surprised.
There is one at 79 Barkendune Rise, 2 houses down from me. And I think they're down to 6 feet on the line.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Well, my thought was to keep that from happening.
I'm just
'Cause
saying.
Once one goes in, then more can go. I'm all set for the minute.
Okay, Matt, questions?
Beautiful garage.
If you, if you had to adhere to the code, right, and be at 15 feet, is there anything you could do? Obviously, you could make it a one-car garage, or I don't know if you do like 1.5, or is there anything different you could do?
I've got 5 cars and 5 garage spots. That's what I'm looking to do
This
is.
is adding another 2, right? Or is this
Right,
adding?
right now I have 3
Three,
that's
yeah.
attached to the house, and I'm looking to get for 2.
But what if you had, I mean, what if it was more of a, I guess lack of a better term, like a shotgun style, where it was
Piggybacked?
piggybacked, or yeah, where it was tandem
Number one, I
parked,
think,
or- I mean,
I
I'm just saying
think-
if you considered those just,
Yeah, but I think that if you're going back that far, the lot is a pie-shaped lot, it would probably extend into that at some point. Number one, and number two, that would probably be a tremendous expense for the fill and the construction of that, because the piece of property, it slopes down significantly.
okay, no other questions, I'm okay.
Alexis?
Yeah.
We thought about attaching it, like just extending it to make it a 5-car attached garage. I don't know if it's feasible or not, to be honest.
I don't think it's feasible, because the garage now, they end load, and
Okay.
I'm looking for this one to be at, like that.
Okay,
So to have it attached to the house, it wouldn't do that, I couldn't do that, because I have living space behind that, the existing garage.
on the first floor?
Yes, it's a 3-season screened-in patio.
Do you know what the separation of feet is gonna be between the home and the start of the garage?
I don't think it's much more than 10 feet.
Will there be a side entrance so you can enter from the side?
Like just a,
Just a door?
yeah, I would probably have a
Great
door
door
in
on the
there.
house side.
So then, do you have a door? All right, let's see. do you have a door right now on the side, like where the, oh, okay, yeah. So it comes in this way on your driveway,
Yes.
so there is no door there. So you just open the garage to get out, then walk and open the door on the side of this new garage to get into it?
This one would have, yes, a side entrance on it.
Perfect. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I don't have any other questions.
Yeah, questions?
Yes. On your site plan, the gap that's between the house and the proposed garage, on the site plan, it says 16 feet, 8.5 inches. And I'm wondering, because there is some gap there, could you shift the garage a little over to as you're looking at the front of your house, shift it over a little closer to the house, because then maybe you wouldn't need too much of that variance on the side, on the right side of the garage, looking from the front.
I think architecturally, this is, when you look at the house, if you, it'll be an odd look to it from the street and from the back of the, I'm on a golf course there. It would look like it was,
Like overlapping?
yeah,
kind
and it
of,
would
yeah.
look like it was an afterthought and not well thought out.
Yeah. I'm then just wondering something else. I don't even know if it's feasible, but did you think of, I mean, it's very nice the way it's designed. I think the way it is, it fits in with the house. But did you think of maybe putting then like a little, like a breezeway or something that's somehow attaching it? No, but you said earlier, because you have that sunroom there, so, yeah, forget that.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's all I have for now.
I just have one more question. Are you gonna have to remove part of the driveway, or is it gonna be right at the end of the driveway?
My present driveway, I think it's going to be up a little bit for that, where that stub is.
So they'll have to put a little bit more,
No, I think it would be, it actually comes
So-
up a little bit less
okay.
than
so
what I
they'll
have
take
now.
Probably a couple feet away from
Yeah.
the drive, okay. All right, I got no other questions.
Go ahead.
Your neighbor aware?
Yes, there's a letter
Up with
there.
it?
that- The,
All right with it?
yes. I have a letter in the, that he,
Didn't see
Yeah,
one.
it's in there.
Yeah, okay.
You all done, Fred? So I understand what I think Leah was trying to drive at. On the west side of the house, well, is there a side load garage on the west side of the house? Or are all
there's
those,
two, there's a two-car garage.
is it a side load or is
Yes,
it a?
excuse me, there's a, this is here, is a one-car garage, and this is the two. So when you come in, there's a spot here, and then this is a two-car garage here.
Okay, that,
So that's where you get the three.
the two-car garage faces the west. Is that right?
There's three of them, so I have a single door and then a double door, so there's a three-car garage at this end of the house.
So that, right, so that's on the west side of the house. The reason why that new proposed garage can't get closer or forward, this would be further north, is that there's a two-car garage that faces west, and you can't block it.
Right, and the access to it, you would have a very difficult time backing cars out or pulling them in.
All right, and then where the proposed garage is, if I understood you correctly, you don't want it to go any further east just for aesthetic purposes, or is there a, because the thing what Leah was driving at, there's a space in there, some 16 feet. You don't want to take that space away just for aesthetics, or is there some other reason?
Architecturally, if you get it, it'll be, like, if this is the house from the road right now, and it gets closer, it's gonna be set back, that it'll be difficult to get cars in and out, number one. And number two, it just would look, I think,
So
as an
it's-
afterthought, which I'm trying to eliminate.
Right, so it's the elevation of the proposed garage that's going to be aesthetically unpleasing?
Well, it slopes away, and to get it, if you try to match it up to the house, it'd be very, very difficult to do that because the grade slopes away from the existing house right now. So between me and my neighbor, there's a little bit of a swale.
Okay.
Adam, how close can the two structures be? Is it like 10 feet? Is it, or can you bring them right up next to each other?
The size of the garage wouldn't have the 10-foot restriction, 3 feet.
All right.
And the vehicles, so adding another two-car garage, that's going to be 5 garage spaces. Any thought about storing, if they're high-end cars, is storing them off-site, so when you want them, you go get them, or are they winter cars, or you just want them on site? And
I'd rather have them at my house. And not have I mean, I'm gonna invest in a garage, but I have other uses like putting pool furniture and just stuff that I have accumulated, and I'd prefer not to have a third-party storage.
Okay. Is anyone online? No comments. All right. All right, Adam, any thoughts on this?
Almost set, Mike.
All right. Let's just take a quick straw poll here. What do you think, Fred? You good with it? You got more questions?
Well, it's gonna be a class act, so I wouldn't let it go in some places, but I'm okay with this one.
Pat?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think it's substantial, but that's not a hindrance. And I think you also provided that there's another one within the neighborhood in terms of, obviously it'll be aesthetically pleasing like Fred had talked about, but there was another variance given for a separate.
I believe it's 79. It's actually the other side of the existing neighbor that's my neighbor. What is it?
The numbers jumped there. I think it's 71.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're 85, your neighbor is 81.
81, is that?
Yeah,
And then
so
is
there's
it-
no 83, and then I think it jumps all the way down to 71. But
Oh, that's right, because they must go with that little
Because of the
cutout.
curb,
Yeah, the little cul-de-sac there.
I'm okay.
Okay. Alexis?
I'm good.
Leah?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Just want to touch on, usually you don't find 5-car garages, but I think in that particular neighborhood, you might. So ballpark range, value of the homes up there? Over $1 million?
Of
I'm
the
just, what
home.
I'm trying to drive at is.
Yeah,
this
I
is-
mean, they go from 500,000 to $1 million.
The reason I ask that is because it's this thought of, is it going to change the character of the neighborhood?
Right.
In some neighborhoods, putting a 5-car garage, when there's neighbors in close proximity, very well could alter the character of the neighborhood. But I think in that neighborhood up there, lack of a better term, they're higher-end homes. I don't think it's necessarily uncommon that there's 3, 4, and possibly 5-car garages, and it still would fit in the character of the neighborhood. That's why I was asking that
Yep,
question.
thank you.
Architecturally, it follows the main house.
Yes. Okay, so let's walk through, unless there's some other comments or
I
questions.
have
that you
nothing.
All right, we're going to walk through the justifications. We do know that there was one email that spoke in favor of the application. The first justification would be is an undesirable change would not be produced in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties created by the granting of the area variance. And this is for 7 feet, 11 inches. The elevations, it's aesthetically pleasing. The limited options of where the proposed structure can go. The side load garage, garage spaces, the cost of alternative to attempt to comply with the code. In that case, it may not even comply with the code. And the high cost of storing vehicles off-site. Would anyone like to add anything to the first criteria?
No.
Second, the benefits sought by the applicant cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. The applicant indicated that if they were to change or try and piggyback the garage, it would cost in fill, and also it would be aesthetically unpleasing for the look from the road as well as the golf course. Anyone want to add anything to the second criteria?
Just the grading of the site makes it not feasible.
Okay, we can put that in there. Third, the requested area variance is arguably substantial, asking for and needing for 7 feet, 11 inches. Anyone like to add or comment on the third criteria?
No.
Fourth, the proposed variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions of in the neighborhood or district. We haven't heard anything or seen anything that that would create any kind of physical or environmental
There it is.
conditions in the neighborhood or district. Fifth, the alleged difficulty is self-created. That in and of itself does not create a reason for denial. Anyone want to add any conditions? Let's add for finding of fact in the first one for an undesirable change. Utilities will just be electricity and not for living space and only for vehicle and pool equipment.
Will there be gas for heating?
Pardon me?
Will there be gas for heating?
No, I'm not going to heat it.
Okay.
All right, with that, I would entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
All right, a second.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion?
I had a five-car garage, and I thought it was just about right.
All in favor?
Now I'm down to 3.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thanks so much for your time. Have a good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Good luck. Any other business for the board?
The other applicant pushed? We have two on tonight?
Yeah,
Gave Serenity House.
the Hellinger was tabled. Anything for us?
We asked the public, anyone for or against, so.
One meeting per month, right? So the next meeting will be November.
Yep, November 6th.
Okay, then we're good. Adam, anything for us?
7015 Dryer Road, membrane, garage structure in the driveway. Received a letter. He got a phone call. He said he was going to move it. He also had a junk vehicle that he said he was going to remove. He did say he was going to remove it over the weekend, and it was moved, but because the vehicle is being moved tomorrow, I'm going to just keep an eye on it. But he did respond, so should be addressed.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Anything else? We're good? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Aye.
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 Have a good night. Thank you.
$50,000 of spring.
Numbering of the house.
Pretty good.